Hello, ineffable beings. How are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful, magical day. I want to tell you that you are a genius. You are important. You are special, and you are loved. Ineffable being, today we're kind of picking up on the last episode that I did a couple of days ago on what do parents teach. So on that video, I discussed how after analyzing my upbringing, I found that the same principles that my household, that my parents tried to teach me, were the same things being taught in my school, and I went further on to share how it's the same things that are shared in society. As far as I know it, if you want to be a successful, happy person and out of jail and have freedom and have a family, the society teaches you the same things that most of our parents teach us. So today I'm going to share the other side of the coin, what perhaps our future parents should look towards teaching our kids. And to start off this topic, I like to quote a quote from Einstein that says, "We cannot solve a problem with the same mindset that created it." So let's be honest really quick and think about what year we're in. We are in 2020, right? How long has humanity existed? Now surely there's some people that believe a lot more than what the typical, biblical story tells us, but in any way, how long does it really take for us to grow? And I know this is abstract because you probably think, well, change takes time and suffering. But let's ask yourself this question. If you know how to better earn money, how long are you going to take to change? Are you going to consciously, literally, just wait here and not make the change to get more money or be more healthy? Again, I'm saying if you literally know what is better for you, how to better change your life for positive results, are you going to consciously just sit here and be like, no, you know what? It hasn't been a year, it hasn't been a decade, it hasn't been 100 years for me to change how I'm going to act in this life. And the reason I say this is because perhaps it's time that we make things faster. Like, we're in 2020. We have so much, our advances in technology. Elon Musk is in the brink of connecting a chip to my brain that will allow me to be Einstein. Like, that's where we are in society. But yet, we are teaching our kids the exact same thing as the Egyptians were probably teaching their kids. What are these things? What are we discussing here? Respect, honesty, hard work. What are they? What others? Put down in the comments. What else? What was like the number one, or what was the list of things that your household taught? But it's the same thing. Responsibility, honesty, hard work. These are the same things that my parents taught. And if I went to school, God forbid, if I'm not honest, I probably won't have friends and I can end up in detention or stay after class. If I don't know responsibility, and I'm not going to get through in classes. If I am not trustworthy, if I'm a thief, then I'm probably going to be in detention. If I'm disrespectful, then I'm going to be in detention. So the same things that my parents were trying to teach, the school, indirectly and very directly, they're going to teach you the same thing. And guess what? Let's say you don't go to school, you don't have parents, you're somehow just alive and born, and you're growing up. Guess what? Society is going to teach you responsibility, hard work, honesty, all of the same things. How? If you're not trustworthy, you're not going to have a community, you're not going to have relationships. If you don't have hard work, then you'll probably end up in the street. If you're not, I mean, it's the same story, but different color. And where are we in society? We're in 2020. We're still talking about poverty. We're still talking about corruption. We're still talking about, domestic violence. We're still talking about rape and abuse. We're still talking about racism. We're still talking about inequality. So, from one side, our technology has taken leaps and bounds. I mean, if you have enough money, then you can even cure yourself from AIDS. Now, I know, like, I don't have that much money, right? But, like, it's still a testament of how much our technology has bettered. Again, I'll point to Elon Musk. He's done phenomenal things. We have cars now that are not operating on fossil fuels. We have electrical cars. We have solar powered. We have wind powered. We have, aquifers that generate power and energy through the power of water. But yet, our morals, our teachings are the exact same as the Stone Age. I mean, back then, they didn't even have fire. And I'm pretty sure that these cavemen and women, I'm pretty sure they knew trustworthiness. I'm pretty sure they knew not to steal. I'm pretty sure, indirectly and very directly, men knew not to sleep with other men's wives. Because I take a club to your head. So, like, isn't it time to change? And look, I'm not saying, and I'm not trying to preach that responsibility and honesty and trustworthiness and honesty and hard work are not things that are important. But these should be the result of teaching our kids what is the most important thing. A child is a life. A child is an individual life, and it's a full-fledged life. A child is not a legacy. A child need not think like me, need not be me in any way. A child is not a legacy. It is an individual life, and it should have the freedom to express itself the way it wants. We talk about in America, like, oh, I was raised Catholic, or I was raised Baptist, or I was raised Jewish. We should raise cattle and sheep. We need to cultivate our children and show them care and compassion and love so they can flourish and grow into the life that they are meant to be. So perhaps what is more important, right? I always say that I come from a military background, but it's a lie. Like, my parents aren't military people. But I say it because my belief system is I shouldn't shine light on a problem if I don't have a solution. So then what can be my solution to this society that is still dealing with the same things that we were dealing 100 years ago? Well, the first point that I touched on is perhaps we should do things a little bit faster. Perhaps we should look, make a decision, and then make a reaction and response, and then just see what is the consequence of my new decision. But it's evident that the same things we've been teaching since the day of cavemen. Except the punishment is different now, right? We have an electrical chair in some terms. In some terms, we have weapons and guns versus just like a rock or a club. We have jail, we have prisons, we have the judicial system, we have a whole bunch of things. Lawsuits, if we're not honest, all of these things. But we've been teaching the same thing. So maybe the intrinsic value of this finding its full potential is more important. Why is this more important than teaching all these values that we consider so important? Because I do believe teaching our kids that the intrinsic value of finding their full potential in their intelligence is more important. And of course, I'm speaking about my journey and the testimonies of people in different countries that only I have shared with. And now that's just me. We're not even talking about Grant Cardone, Sadhguru, Dr. Bruce Lipton, Bob Proctor speaking about the same thing. What are we sharing here? Why is nurturing the intrinsic value of finding its full potential more important to share and to teach our kids than, the country, the religion that I follow, the economic, socioeconomic status that I'm in, the color of my skin? Why is it more important to teach our kids the intrinsic value in them and their intelligence in finding the full potential? Because as I have learned and adapted and will continue, and as a great many, once you understand what you are as a human being, that you at a subatomic level are connected to all of the universe, and yes, people of a different color are part of this universe, and yes, animals are part of this universe that we are connected to subatomically in a subatomic level. Yes, trees, grass, birds, the air. All of this is part of me, although I don't have direct access to it, some may think, but at a very literal subatomic level, everything is connected. And this level, in this dimension that is very not dense, everything is connected. So you start learning and teaching and listing our kids about consciousness, about their interior, about thoughts, imagination, emotion, then I do firmly believe, and I am a testament to this, that the idea of racism, of global warming, of domestic abuse and rape and all these paradigms that are very low in vibration and sadistic to life, they do begin to break down. Now you might not believe me, but I am a testament and I know that these things are true. And the great many of us know these things are true. And the great thing about where we are in life is that we are moving in this direction to understand this. And that is my message for you today. That is my vision for the parents of the future. For myself, I hope that I can teach my kid about his interior before I give him a tablet. Oh, am I like an Indian guru who's sitting? No, I have a corporate job. I have sexual relations. I like money. I like fast cars. But it doesn't take a genius to understand that my thoughts and my emotions have an impact in my body. And once you take a step inward, you start understanding that life is more than just this physical body. And you understand that in this dimension, everything is connected. And I firmly do believe, again, that the problems that we still have today, after thousands and thousands of years, will begin to break down, and we will elevate ourselves collectively to create more peace and harmony. Ineffable being, have you enjoyed this video? Did it bring you value? Please put down in the comments. And if this was a waste of your time and you did not receive value, also share with me down in the comments. And lastly, put in the comments what topics you'd like for me to cover in the future. Share this video on your social media accounts. Give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. I hope to see you on the side of light. Goodbye.